welcome Aquarius, awesome Aquarius. Thanks so much for joining me. My name's Rose Smith from absolutesoulsecrets.com. Well, if you haven't followed me before or watched any of my videos, you probably won't really sort of gel with what I'm doing here today, and I'll just give you a really quick brief rundown. So I'll pick two theme tarot cards for the month. I'll talk about your horoscope. I'll pick some tarot cards week by week for the month of March, and I'll also do some psychic channeling. So you're getting a combo of all different modalities to pick out the key themes for you, what can help you in the month of March. Okay, and it's a big month for you too, by the way. So let's have a look at these themes I was just talking about and see what we come up with. First thing I'm going to do, a card jumps out, so I'm going to hold on to that. First thing I'm going to do is close my eyes and to get a vibe. Look, the first thing I get is it might have been a bit of a rough ride for you recently. Some unexpected things have happened, maybe to do with your family or your home. I get the sense of relocation or buying and selling of property around you. And I just want to give you a little bit of encouragement here that you're starting a whole new chapter in your book of life. Okay, so depending on your age, you may feel like you've led several lives in this one lifetime, and another one's about to begin. So let's have a look what card has come out, and it is the Six of Cups. Okay, so this indicates that there could be some happiness and joy around you in March. Well, thank God for that. That's all I can say. My husband's an Aquarian, and I know what he's been going through recently. And I don't know if you can see closely enough. There are actually some pots down the bottom there with flowers in them that are blooming. So abundance and joy is coming your way. That's a theme for March. This is not just financially, but there could be some money involved here. But more than that, it's about your feelings and the fact that you've been doing the hard yards, and our Spirit's going to give you a few little rewards to show you that you're on the right track. So I'll just put that down, and we'll next on the board next to the horoscope wheel, and I can show you that now. So I've just put that down here, and now we're going to pick the second theme of the month for awesome Aquarius. Yeah, my focus is on that card and the swing, and the swinging back and forth and going between opposites to find the balance. So I feel like balance is coming to you finally. You may have been, like I said before, a little bit all over the show and a bit restless or upset about something, and it seems unfair. Okay. All right, looking for the second card now. And we're going to come out with this one, which is strength. So no matter what happens, I just want you to know that Spirit is looking after you. This lass here is in the lion's mouth, not because the lion is going to eat her, and that might be your immediate reaction is fear or concern, worry that something's going to happen to you. This is about being protected. She's in the lion's mouth because the lion is protecting her. And above her head, you may see there is the infinity sign. So that is a sure sign that Spirit is there watching you, watching over you. Okay, so I'll also put that one on the board. And with that now, we'll go to your horoscope. Alrighty, so two big things happening. Saturn here in your 12th house is moving into your first house. This is a big change. This only happens around approximately every 29 years or so. You are ending a cycle and beginning a new cycle. But I'll talk more about that in a moment. The other thing that's happening is that Mercury is retrograde, and has been retrograde since the 18th of March. And with Mercury retrograde in your second house, it's going from the first house into the second house. This can be, and that'll be, it's retrograde until the 10th of the month. And this could be affecting you in terms of your communications, your technology, and things just not working out how you anticipate. Okay, and I'll also come back to that in a moment. But basically, your life is being restructured this month in March, so it's pretty major. Now, let's start in date order so I don't miss anything out. On the 5th, Venus joins Uranus in your 4th house here. Okay, and this could bring you pleasant surprises around home and family. Uranus usually is in each sign like 7 years, and it's been here a couple of years already now. You could have had some very big things happen that were unpredictable or not expected to do with your home or your family. But with Venus going into there, now it's likely to change. So instead of being like a shock, it's more like a surprise, a pleasant surprise, because Venus loves love. Venus loves sharing and caring. And you may find that some of your family members become more helpful to you or show how much they care about you. Okay, and you might be very surprised by this. They might have been holding back a bit in the past for various reasons, and because of everything else that's going on, all of a sudden your family are more supportive of you. Okay, so you could renovate or redecorate your home. And with Venus going into here, see, this is Taurus. Venus rules Taurus, so it is quite strong. You could be much happier at home in your home life. The 9th sees the full moon in your 8th house of other people's money and intimacy. This brings up things from your subconscious about money that is shared. Okay, maybe, you know, it could be something like an inheritance. It could be superannuation or 401k, they call it in the US. It could be a loan from a bank or money coming from government instrumentality. You know, in Australia, we might say Centrelink, okay? And there's things coming up around it that you need to work on and really think about and reflect on, because they're coming out of your subconscious. Likewise, this could be not only other people's money, it could be intimacy. You may want more intimacy in your life and you haven't been able to get it. And now it's coming up, you've got to say something or do something about that. Okay, so on the 17th, Mercury joins Neptune and the Sun in your second house that I just mentioned. Okay, so here's Mercury and the Sun and Neptune in there. It's going to pop in there on the 17th. It's turned direct already by this stage. And this brings up sort of messages about your self-worth or your possessions or your finances or the things you value, okay? And you may realise when Mercury pops into here, you might start to get messages from your subconscious that you're worth more, okay? You've been underselling yourself in some way or not really appreciating your own value. And because you don't appreciate it, other people don't appreciate how worthwhile you actually are as a human being. Okay, so you need to work out that your own deservability, if you like, that, you know, you are worthwhile, and then other people will then notice the energy about you and they may change their, you know, the way they think. The 20th sees the Sun going into your third house, and the 24th sees a new moon going into your third house here. Communications, siblings, local community. You're going to get some insight into awareness into what's actually going on. And there's some happiness with that finally that you've work something out about community, or it could also be studying something or learning something here too as well. New moon means new beginnings. Okay, so you might decide you're going to do a little course or learn something to do with your work, and often we learn so later on down the track we can share with somebody. Okay, the big news of Saturn going into your first house, your house, on the 22nd, and then on the 31st, Mars also going into your sign. Now, Saturn is a co-ruler with Uranus over your sign, and so this is doubly strong for you. And what it can bring is a new maturity. Finally, you start to understand how the world works and how you work. You could be really getting enthused about your purpose in life. It's like you're understanding finally, after all these years, what your mission in life actually is. And this month, March, is a taste of what you're growing into. And it doesn't matter how old you are, that's immaterial. You could be 65 or 35, it really doesn't matter. But it's like there's a deeper underlying purpose in your subconscious that you never really quite understood, and now you're growing into that, okay? You've got hidden talents and abilities, or maybe you know that they're there, but they're hidden from the world. You don't actually display them and use them, you know, or make the most of them. And it's like you could come out of the closet regarding your talents and abilities, and people will start to see who you really are. It's the end of a situation. As I was saying before, Saturn takes 29 years to go around the zodiac, and it's the completion of a cycle and the beginning of a brand new cycle of life. This is very exciting because you can restructure your life how you choose. So I've put here a new Aquarian age begins, and it's a new you. You get to decide how you want your life to look. Okay, so the end of an old situation, the beginning of a better situation. Old problems pass away as new solutions appear. Okay, and then you restructure your life. So that's just fantastic. So I'm so happy for you. Let's now go to the tarot and see what we can see week by week for you awesome Aquarians. All right, so we're looking at the first week of March now, and just looking for a card, that one. I'm going to pick that card. Closing my eyes now. Okay, so the first thing I see, it's like old-fashioned writing paper and an old-fashioned quill, a pen, and these are your memoirs. You could be thinking of the past and looking back over your life, reflecting over your life thus far. And this is part of the new life that's coming up, because you decide what you want to keep and what you don't want to keep. And you're going to throw things out that you don't need anymore. Attitudes, old attitudes, maybe even so-called friends or relationships that no longer suit you, okay, for the person that you are growing into. And here we have the Page of Pentacles. This is good news on a physical level, often about your finances or your possessions. But in your case, you know, I was just talking before about Mercury in your second house and self-value. So your change in what you think about yourself could well reflect in more money. Okay, there could be money coming to you because you're changing your attitudes, and it's good news. There's action to be taken. See, she's wearing red there, so that doesn't mean you just sit back and do nothing. There's still a fair bit that's unknown. You can see she's wearing black, but there are some things that are known. She's got white around her throat. Okay, so good news about your finances. However, I do think the underlying issue of self-worth is behind that as well. All right, second week of March for Awesome Aquarians. Just looking for that one. Thank you. Closing my eyes now. Okay, I get a drum. I see like an ancient drum with a skin, like a leather skin that's being beat. And the words are marching to the beat of a different drum. This is marching to the beat of your own drum. Nobody has the right to tell you how to live your life, what to do, what to think, or what to say. Okay. And we come up with the King of Swords. Well, this is sort of in keeping with what I just said, because King of Swords, on the negative side, he can be very, very ruthless, and he will just cut people down in a second without a thought of what it means, what his words mean. This energy is the ability to cut, dissect, analyze, and make a decision. That really big sword there. And this is what you'll be able to do in the second week of March. You'll see the answer to something. All I suggest is that before you speak, that you actually run it through your heart first, to make sure you're not unduly hurting people when you could say something in a much softer manner rather than just trying to cut them down for the sake of it. See, he's got a diamond. He's sitting on there, and that's about the pressure and the stress that you've been under and that he's been under to make him the way he is, okay? He's a useful energy, but he needs to be tempered with compassion. That's why some people say that the Suite of Swords in Tarot is the most negative. I don't really agree with that. But he does express himself. See all that blue there? And he's wearing white. There is a spiritual purity in what he says. He just needs to be a bit more compassionate, okay? So call on the heart that you have and ask the angels to give you compassion even when somebody deserves it or they're driving you absolutely nutso. Okay, third week of the month for amazing and awesome Aquarius. Going with that card, closing my eyes now. Yes, I see doors closing. I get the real sense of doors closing. There's a ribbon, like it's sort of lacy ribbon around my arm and down into my hand with a pen again. There's a pen, and this is about your memoirs, going over your past life. This life, not a past life. Or it could be a past life too. But what I was trying to say was going over your life in the past, this life, and reflecting on all of the things that have happened to you and how you can change and restructure your life for the better, okay? Because that's what Saturn wants you to do. Okay, and how appropriate this is. The Ace of Swords. A brand new start for you, a new decision to be made, new beginnings. It can be in any area of your life, relationships, work, your hobbies, your creativity, your self-worth. Ding. Ace of Swords, okay? And here is Spirit handing the ability for you to think straight and to make those decisions. And then all these little butterflies around the sword suggesting new life. You are starting a new life. Awesome Aquarius. All right. Fourth week of the month. Let's see what we come out with. Yeah, again, same sort of thing. I can see doors closing. It's like some people don't want these doors to close. Some people around you are trying to hold you back in what you were, but they can't hold you back. You are changing like it or lump it. You're maturing, you're growing up regardless of your age. So just be aware that friends, family, co-workers, people around you don't want you to change because they don't want to invest the energy that it takes to deal with the new you. They rather think they know you and you know, deal with how you were. It actually takes a lot of brain power to, you know, adjust to a new situation. The brain uses 20 of all the calories that we take in every day. And so those, building new neuronal networks is difficult, hard work for the brain, and it doesn't want to do it. So those people will try to keep you back in the past instead of encouraging your new growth. Okay, and we come up with the Two of Cups. This can be in relationships. This is a hand fast. So a hand fast is like a commitment to be together for a certain time. It can be a year in the old days, or it can be the rest of your lives. These people around you I was just talking about, if they're committed to you, if they love you, if they care about you, they're going to help you change. Okay, they're going to facilitate the process. This is a healing process. See these two snakes here? And then you'll see here there's a glass with the other person's reflection in the glass, and there's also two angel wings. Spirit is looking out for this union. This is energies coming together. It's a sacred thing. Okay, so the energy's coming together within you, but also in your relationships. The people that love and care for you will help you in this tumultuous time. I don't think that's too strong a word. Okay, let's go to the last 3 days of the month for you. And I don't know if you saw that a whole heap of cards come out, but the top one is actually the Eight of Wands. When things start to happen, they're going to happen very fast. Okay, it's like you've got brilliant flashes of insight. You finally get it. You finally understand what's going on. Okay, and so write down as you get these ideas, because they happen very quickly. Try and write them down so you don't forget them, because you could have so many brand new ideas coming into your mind. Because it's wands, basically it's a very fiery, motivational, inspirational sort of energy. You could be feeling very much like, yes, this is the way things are meant to be, and I'm going to, really change my life. And now I've got these insights. Once you have insights, you can't unhear or unimagine or unsee what you already know. Once you find something out, that's it. You know it, and there's no going back. Okay, so I hope you're looking forward to your brand new life. Awesome, Aquarians. It's been a long time coming, and good luck with it too. Please leave me a comment and tell me how your life is changing this month in March. I'd love to hear how you're going. Okay, if you found this live stream video helpful, please give it a like, share and care. I would really appreciate that. And also I would appreciate your subscription to my channel as I build my tiny channel into a bigger channel. Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful month this month, and of course, be kind. Thanks again, and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.